Hello, beautiful people. How are we? Sarah P straight away in there. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for being here. Please hit the like, subscribe to YouTube, and hit the notification bell. Look at Sarah. Pro, Sarah, pro. Welcome. I'm having a disaster. I'll be honest with you, I'm having a disaster. Um, Last night I ripped this off. Think I fixed it. Today, my cousin's just left. He's from Hong Kong. So his family have just left now with my nieces. My little niece was crying because she had to share all the toys. Oh, do you know what I mean? Hello, Wendy. How are you? Welcome to the madhouse. We got a trial, Wendy. I think we got a trial. But I tell you what, I am spent. I've not had dinner yet. So my parents are here now. So we're just arguing over dinner. We're either gonna get burger and chips, or we're just gonna get Indian. I've no idea. I just left them to him. Just like, just do whatever. Hey, hi there, Sam. Are you with us now, Sam, or are you ditching us again for RA? I mean, what's RA got that we haven't? It's not as if he's got thousands of people watching. Do you know what I mean? I don't love sharing either. Yes, the trial. I'm not sure what the trial is, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have a gander now to see what it's about. Let me oh, stop that then. Um, right, so look here. No, that's a docket. Okay, fine. That's all her docket this morning, which we don't, which we don't care about. So Judge is now on break. So I presume then it's gonna be a half in an hour's time. It's gonna be. So Sally can wait. She knows it's too late. Right, let me get back here. And um you see the Indian or burgers, I've no idea. As I say, I just left my father go. Just go, I said, just go. I've no idea. So I'll have to dart out quickly and then probably put myself off screen. We're doing a sovereign citizen case, hilarious. Oh, I don't even know what that is. But as always, Sam, lovely to have you here. I mean, RA, tell him to stop streaming for a couple of days so we can have you back here. Do you know what I mean? Selfish that is of RA, I reckon. Queen, the Queen, Lady Law is here. The Law Lounge with Lady Law. Hey yo, Queen. Queen Gilf. Queen Gilf is in the house. We love Queen Gilf in the house. So I'm presuming the trial is Judge Boyd and it's starting at 1:30 Central, I believe now. So what I'm gonna do in the meantime is play the other bad boy. What's it called? Ethan Crumbly. Because then I can play it at 1.5 speed. So I'll do that until the actual trial starts. There she is, the Gilf with her crown. She knows. I put should Photoshop a crown on you. Right. Need to have a look here. This is live. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not lying to you. There is a trial, so it's not a lie. It's just more of a I just can't do it, Lilo. I just know how to do it. Okay, he's back. This arsehole is back. So that's the plan. Some people ask me, why do you call her the Gilf? Because she's a grandma. She's 44. Have you seen her? Drop dead gorgeous. She's a grandma I'd love to fuck. Oh, now I've said that. Look who comes in, Dave. Dave. Hi, ladies. Loves the line of "Come to daddy." Oh, Heidi's here as well. Reese from Standby from the Yay, Heidi! Yay! Happy days. Lovely to have Heidi here. Oh, that's lovely to have some people here. Ah, I mean, it's not often you get a grandmother that's 44. Fit as fuck. I can't say it. Sarah P will here he is. I told you, Lady Law, here he is. Daddy's here. Told you. Dave. The experience of Dave. Right, let me put this one up now then. Share screen. Put this one up at WLX. Then literally when the trial starts, I'm finishing this. Do you know what I mean? Finishing this bad boy. Um, it's a trial that I want to show, not this, but people have been here, so we'll show it. But we'll also show it at 1.5 speed because this is boring. Boring. Right, let me just settings, playback speed, 1.5. Play it, share it, extend it, play it,
And so, Doctor, you make a number of statements in your
not
testing. I'll
it,
just review a few of those.
listen
One of the
to
things
it.
on page 35, you say that the defendant feels trapped and constantly persecuted with no means of escape. And that's one of the things that comes out of one of your tests, right? But that's at the time you tested him. Would you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
All right. And so you're not saying he felt that leading up to the shooting. You're saying he feels that now. And that's not surprising given that he's in jail facing a long prison sentence. Would you agree?
I don't.
You don't agree with that? Okay. You don't expect that someone in jail for a long sentence would feel, quote, trapped and constantly persecuted with no means of escape.
That's how we felt before also.
Doctor, in your summary, you state that the defendant was, quote, on page 40, not believed by any responsible adults. Who are the responsible adults you're talking about?
His parents,
Okay, who else?
his high school, his counselor.
All right, that's important to me, doctor. Explain to me when his high school counselor, quote, did not believe him, because, in fact, the defendant lied to the counselor and said he was not suffering this distress, correct?
That is correct.
All right, so it's not that the counselor didn't believe him, it's the defendant didn't tell him.
He told him in his drawings and his assignments.
Okay, but doctor, it's not that he didn't believe him, it's that when he asked him about the drawings, the defendant lied.
Absolutely, yes,
All
sir.
right, okay. What other responsible adults didn't believe the defendant? I'm not talking about people he lied to who didn't pick up on it. I'm talking about people that he expressed his need for help to and who did not believe him, other than his parents.
So those were the notable ones, his parents and his high school counselor.
You just agreed with me, doctor. He didn't tell the high school counselor he wanted help. He said the opposite.
Okay.
Is that a yes, doctor?
Yes, sir.
Doctor, you described the defendant as a broken person with a broken brain, and I don't need you to describe that. I need to know what does that mean? What's the medical definition of a broken person with a broken brain?
Mental illness is a symptom of a broken brain.
Is broken brain a medical term, doctor?
It's a layman's term. I'd be more than happy to go into clinical definitions of a broken brain.
Is there a clinical definition? Like if I look it up, am I going to find that?
What you want to see is brain dis-ease, brain dysfunction, cingulate gyrus dysfunction, limbic system dysfunction. All of those are clinical terms, and I thought we wanted to be brief, so that's why I said a broken brain.
All right, and you'd agree.
I'll be honest with you, Wendy, she is right. But I will be honest with you, I'd put my stream, the women in my stream, up against any other stream. We have got some 50s in this stream. Not some, I think all of you are 50s. And we've got the Dardine Dave as well. Not every stream's got the Dardine in there. We've got the Dardy and we've got the Hot Mamas as well. So I'm pretty lucky, I
Agree with
think.
me that a broken brain is not a Miller factor, right?
It's not a no factor.
And you agree that you're not offering a fix for the broken brain, are you?
I'm sorry, sir?
You're not offering a fix for a broken brain,
No, sir.
okay? And you're not telling the court even that it can be fixed, are you?
Yes, I am actually.
Okay, you know that this can be fixed.
Yes, sir.
Doctor, you finished that sentence on page 40, describing the defendant as a person waiting for something terrible. That's in the third to last sentence in the last full paragraph on page 40.
The third to last sentence.
In the last full paragraph. So it's the paragraph under summary of defendant's mental illness.
Okay.
And you say broken person with a broken brain waiting for something terrible to happen. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Doctor, he wasn't waiting, was he?
He was.
He was planning. Wasn't he planning something terrible?
He was.
And he planned it out and he wrote about it and he recorded himself talking about it. And he actually anticipated people finding his recordings, right?
Yes, sir.
And then he carried out something terrible, right?
Yes, sir.
You make another remarkable statement in the last line, in the last full paragraph of page 40, quote, the defendant's form of mental illness, if not treated, typically ends with deadly consequences. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
You don't cite anything to support that in your report, do you?
It's not cited in my report, sir. That is correct.
Okay, what do you base that on? The idea that the defendant's form of mental illness, as you describe it, typically ends with deadly consequences.
Yes, sir.
Can you cite the court what you rely on for that prospect?
Every day in this country, I'm citing it. I'm giving you the evidence, sir. 22 veterans killed themselves.
Doctor, that's not the question. You use the word typically, and you use the mental illness describing this defendant. And what I'm asking is, where do you get that? That it typically ends in deadly consequences?
Untreated mental illness, sir, without intervention, does not end very well.
But you say it typically ends with deadly consequences.
Yes, sir.
You got anything you can cite that says that?
22 veterans every day in this country.
The disorders that you list that you diagnosed the defendant with, those aren't specifically associated with youth, are they?
Can you rephrase that question, please, sir?
The disorders that you diagnosed the defendant with on page 41, those are not specifically associated with youth, are they?
That's not true.
Okay, tell me.
Depression?
You're saying it's associated with youth. Adults don't have depression?
Yes, sir. And so do adolescents.
I understand, doctor. What I'm saying is specifically associated with youth. That this is a problem that youth face that adults do not. And you would agree with me that adults suffer from major depressive disorder or even severe with psychotic features, as you describe it, generalized anxiety disorder, and obsessive compulsive disorder, right?
Yes, sir.
Those are not exclusive to youth.
Oh, correct.
Lots of adults have those same diagnoses.
Absolutely.
And lots of those people with those disorders don't kill anyone, do they?
That is correct.
Lots of people suffer depression. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Even severe depression.
Yes, sir.
And those people don't all become mass shooters, do they?
That is true.
Doctor, you spend quite a bit of time talking about implicit bias. And I want to start our discussion about that and say, you and I agree that implicit bias exists. And it's been widely studied and well documented. And I know you teach seminars on it. And I agree with you that it's an important issue. What I don't understand is how implicit bias has anything to do with this case. So that's what I want to focus on, okay? What was the genesis of this idea of yours to view this shooter and this shooting through the lens of race?
A smooth talker.
So what I do when I teach implicit bias classes, sir,
So, doctor, I want to stop you. My specific question is, what was the genesis of this idea
Oh,
that you have to view this shooter and this shooting through the lens of race?
I was about to explain it to you, sir.
Let me ask you this. Was that your idea or someone else's?
It's actually based on my profession, on my professional experience, sir.
All right, so this was your idea.
It's not solely my idea, sir.
No, what I mean is, when you decided to put that in your report, no one said to you, hey, doctor, how about implicit bias? You came to them and said, you know what, I can explain this, it's implicit bias. True? It's your idea.
No, sir.
Who involved in this case said to you, how about implicit bias?
I got my information by looking at the data and by disaggregating the data, sir.
I'm not talking about the data that you rely on. I'm talking about the idea. Have you ever seen another mitigation report that blames the defendant's conduct on implicit bias?
I have not.
Okay. And what I'm saying is, so you have this idea, right?
Okay.
And where did that come from?
From my professional training and my research and teaching on implicit bias.
So, doctor, on page 44, you refer to implicit bias as, quote, perhaps the most telling variable that contributed to the tragic events that can be traced. Pardon me. The most telling variable that contributed to the tragic events can be traced to implicit bias. Do you see that?
I don't see it, but I do agree.
It's the first sentence on page 44 under implicit bias and failure to act.
Just one moment, sir. Okay.
What do you mean by the most telling variable? You know what, let's make this faster. What are the other variables that are not as telling?
Explicit bias did not seem to be a factor. That is one variable that did not seem to be.
Hold on, doctor. I'm talking about variables in this case. You're talking about the most telling variable in this case. You say that contributed to the tragic events. You're talking about the shooting in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
I want to know the variables you're talking about in this case for which implicit bias is the most telling. What are
the lawyer is mad as well. Do you know what I mean? He's just going in. I don't like the lawyer and I don't like this guy.
the
Jeez.
other variables related to this case?
I don't have others.
It's the only variable?
That's what I look at, sir.
So you don't look at parental neglect or his home life as one of the most telling variables?
They're all contributing factors.
Or the untreated mental illness, or you claim untreated mental illness that according to you typically ends with the defendant killing someone? That's not the most telling variable to you?
They're all contributing factors.
All right. You say multiple times in your report that the defendant needed and was asking for help and he didn't get it, right? That's according to you.
Yes, sir.
And the people you say that he didn't get it from his parents, and then you told me the school, right?
Yes, sir.
Does implicit bias have anything to do with his parents' failure to get him help?
I'm sorry?
Does implicit bias have anything to do with his parents' failure to get him help?
I don't think so.
Okay, so you're just talking about the school.
Yes, sir.
All right. And doctor, when you're talking about the school, one of the things you rely on are the homework papers where the defendant drew guns
Yeah,
and notes
there
off them, right? Correct?
Just so you know, everyone's being nice to each other. Everyone's calling each other beautiful and stuff like that. And Dave's throwing out all the lines today. He's just complimenting when you're not here. He'll be back now, complimenting you. Smooth operator. I'm just taking notes. I am from Dave.
That's one reason. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And you pasted those assignments into your report, right?
Yes, sir.
And you referenced those in several places in your report. And I want to go over 3 of those with you very briefly. On page 2 of your report. You say
I want
the defendant had been turning in assignments.
Daddy Dave.
Doctor, let's skip to page 3. Under your source of information, you list assignments turned into the Oxford High School leading up to the events. Do you see that? It's the 4th bullet point up.
Yes, I do.
All right, you say on page 2, leading up to the offense, the defendant had been turning in school. This is the bottom paragraph on that page, about a little more than halfway through. It says, the defendant had been turning in school assignments with weapons drawn on them and sad faces and saying things like, the world is a joke, school is a joke, I'm a joke for falling for a fool's joke. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
And in fact, you attach that specific assignment, and it's at page 63 of your report. You want to take my word for it? You can look at
I
page.
take your word for it,
All
sir.
right, page 63 says the world is a joke, school is a joke, I'm a joke. That's what you're referring to, right?
As one of the assignments, yes, sir.
Yeah, and then on page 48, you say, despite turning in assignments with weapons drawn on every assignment, he was not suspended nor expelled from school because implicit bias says he did not fit the profile of a troubled student. You see that on page 48?
Yes, sir.
And then you attach all those assignments that you're relying on, right?
Yes, sir.
And your point is no one paid attention to those drawings because the defendant is white, right?
My
That's
point
implicit
is,
bias,
He
right?
is not subject to the same level of rigor.
And you're relying on the homework assignments because you say if someone else had turned those in, they would have paid attention, but because the defendant is white, they overlooked that. That's your
Yes,
opinion.
basically, yes, sir.
Doctor, when and where were those homework papers found? Do you know?
They were found in his backpack.
Okay.
And,
Okay, that's what I needed to know. After the shooting, right?
That is correct.
All right. And you notice there are no grades or anyone else's handwriting on any of those, are there?
That is correct.
And doctor, those assignments, do you have any evidence that anyone other than the defendant saw those until after the shooting?
I do not.
Okay. And so when you repeatedly say in your report that those assignments were turned in, you assumed that, right?
That's correct.
And you accused the teachers at Oxford High School of being racist. It's implicit bias, not overt, but it's racism, right?
No, sir.
You're saying that implicit bias is not a form of racism.
Implicit bias is not racism, sir.
Okay.
They're two very different terms.
Okay. And so what you're saying is because the student was white and not black, not racism, but implicit bias, they didn't pay attention to those assignments, right? That's what you put in your report.
Everyone in this courtroom has some form of implicit bias, sir. It has nothing to do with race.
I'm not debating that with you, doctor. What I'm saying is you're accusing those teachers of not paying attention to those homework papers because the defendant was white. That's your testimony,
That is correct.
right? And doctor, none of those folks saw those homework papers. So you accused teachers at Oxford High School of not paying attention to the
Welcome
defendant
back.
because of his race when they never saw those things. Does that matter to you?
Sir, he turned in.
Does it matter to you, doctor?
It does matter.
Okay. Do you want to amend your statement now
I
about
do.
Oxford High School based on the homework papers?
I
Now
do.
that you know they didn't see them, you're going to stick with that.
Yes, sir.
You can see how mad the lawyer
to
is.
be clear,
because how quick
You're
it's
stating that
coming.
implicit bias is relevant to this case, right? Which is about a white student at a mostly white school who killed 4 other white students, shot a white teacher, shot 6 other white students. You're saying that implicit
copy
bias is
that.
relevant in this case, right?
I do not understand.
Promise you, Millie, the guy on here, the witness, he speaks so slow that you wouldn't know, honestly. The lawyer is very fast, yes, but you wouldn't know, honestly. You're not missing anything right now.
And your question, sir.
You understand the things I just said. Who was involved in this case? A white student, 4 white students who were killed, a white teacher, 6 other white students who were shot. You agree that those are the actors in this case who were involved in the charges here.
Those are the actors.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you're saying implicit bias has a role in this case.
In regards to the teacher's response,
Okay. And what Miller factor does implicit bias relate to?
there is no middle factor, sir.
Okay. And you would agree with me the Miller factors are things that mitigate a defendant's responsibility, right? Things like if you had fewer chances in life or a tough upbringing, those are mitigating, right?
That is correct.
Is growing up white in a mostly white school district a disability the defendant had to overcome?
Can you rephrase the question, sir?
Is growing up white in a mostly white school district a disability this defendant had to overcome?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did race make his circumstances more difficult?
I don't think so.
Was he discriminated against?
There's no evidence to show that.
So, doctor, would you agree with me that growing up white is not a mitigating factor in this case?
That is true.
Doctor, you testified that you reviewed the Bird video and the manifesto video and the school surveillance video before you submitted your first report, correct?
I think so.
And doctor, I'll tell you, and you can tell me if you disagree, but you don't mention those other than putting them in your sources in your first report. You don't mention them at all again in the rest of your first report. Would you agree with that?
That sounds about correct.
All right. In your June report on page 49, you spent about 2 pages describing what happened leading up to and on the day of the shooting, correct? If you want to look at page 49.
I take your word for it, sir.
All right. Your report's a total of 69 pages long, right?
That is correct.
And you spent 5 sentences on the journal. You disagree with that?
I take your word for it, sir.
2 sentences on the Bird video.
I take your word for it.
4 sentences on what you refer to as the manifesto video, right?
I take your word for it.
And then you spend about a page that you label, quote, the day of the shooting. You want to look at that or will you agree with me?
I take your word for it,
All
sir.
But doctor, you really don't even spend a page describing the defendant's actions on the day of the shooting, do you? You never mention the defendant getting up early to get the gun and ammunition, do you?
It's not mentioned in my report.
You don't mention him packing it into his backpack
It's not mentioned in my report.
or getting himself to school
It's not mentioned in my report.
or getting into the school with the gun and the clips and the ammunition
It's not mentioned in my report.
or going into the bathroom
It's not mentioned in my
or
report.
putting toilet paper in his ears.
It's not mentioned in my report.
Did you ask him about that, doctor? Why he put toilet paper in his ears?
I did not.
And you don't mention the defendant shooting Phoebe, right?
I did not.
Or shooting Hannah, right?
I did not.
Or shooting, Hannah or Madison. You don't mention that.
I did not.
Or Tate
I did not.
or Justin, right?
I did not.
Or Aiden or Molly Darnell or John or Riley or Elijah or Kylie. You don't mention any of that, do you?
I didn't think it was appropriate, sir.
Okay. That information was included, so you knew about it. You just didn't include it, right?
I did not mention any names in my report, sir.
Doctor, it's not just that you didn't mention any names. You don't talk about the defendant killing anyone, do you?
I do. It's on page 1, the first paragraph.
You know, Doctor, it's interesting you bring that up because you didn't say that. You changed your report to say allegedly the defendant did it. There is nothing in your report that suggests this defendant is responsible for the deaths of those kids. We'll get there. But you agree that was included in the materials you reviewed. You knew that information.
I do.
Doctor, you never talk about how many victims there were to you.
I did not.
Isn't that relevant?
It is relevant.
Okay, but you don't talk about how many people he shot, how many people he killed, and how many he terrorized. You don't talk about that.
That is correct.
Doctor, you don't indicate how long the defendant spent walking through the school shooting people, do you?
I did not.
Do you know how long that was? Do
I do not, sir.
you think that matters?
Perhaps it does.
And you don't indicate the defendant's demeanor during the shooting, do you?
I did not.
And you saw the video, right?
I did.
Does not include audio, though, does it?
I'm sorry?
That video does not include audio, does it,
Which video, sir?
of the shooting?
I do not understand. The question does not include audio?
Correct. When you see the video of the shooting, there's no audio to that, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did you ask anyone what it sounded like inside the school during the shooting?
I did not.
Did you listen to the body cam audio and video of a staff member trying to save Hannah?
I did not listen to any audio, sir.
Okay. Does any of that matter to you?
It does matter.
Okay. In your report, you don't even include one sentence about how this defendant killed the victims, do you?
It's not included in my report, sir.
All right. How far away was the defendant when he shot each of the victims who died?
Sir, I watched the videos and he was pretty close to them.
Pretty close. What do you mean by that? Point blank range?
Yeah, I don't know the exact measurement, so I can't testify to
It's
that.
essentially the gun to the head in most cases. You agree with that?
Those are the facts of the case.
Do you know where on the body he shot the various victims?
I do not.
In the head, the neck, the chest? You're not aware.
I believe one victim was shot in the head, at least one.
Doctor, are you aware of when and how the defendant shot Justin Schilling?
I'm not aware, sir.
Okay. He's in a bathroom. He's in a bathroom. Do you know how long he was in the bathroom with Justin and Keegan before he shot Justin? Do
No, sir.
you know how he asked Justin to get down on the ground and then he executed him? Are you aware of that?
I take your word for it, sir.
Okay. Does that matter to you?
It does matter.
Doesn't it speak to the defendant and his state of mind at the time?
It does.
You think that's the product of a juvenile brain?
I do.
Okay.
Was you
Did you ask the
laughing?
defendant about that?
I certainly asked him about the shooting.
Did you ask him about his motivation or what he was thinking when he did it?
I did, sir.
But you don't include that in your report, do you?
I did not.
Doctor, would you agree that being calm and methodical when you kill people is not a reflection of youth and impulsivity, is it?
Can you please your question, sir?
No, but I can repeat it.
Okay.
Being calm and methodical when you kill people is not a reflection of youth and impulsivity, is it?
I think it's a reflection of what happened.
Okay. But it's not youth. Adults do that, right?
Absolutely.
All right, Doctor, I want to move to page 67 of your report. When the defendant was sitting in the office with the backpack next to him, you say, the defendant started to feel a sense of
Boring
relief
now.
knowing that the
Oh.
sheriffs would descend on the school. You wrote that, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, sir.
And you characterized the defendant. We talked about this as someone who kept
Yeah.
asking for help but never got it, right?
That is correct.
You cite times when he said to
Two
his friend B,
a-holes.
I keep telling my parents I need help and they won't help me, right?
That is correct.
Doctor, that exact moment you're citing, when the defendant has the backpack next to him in the counselor's office, the defendant had the perfect opportunity to get help, didn't he?
Absolutely.
All right. And he didn't take that, right? He didn't
That's
take that
correct.
opportunity.
Those are the facts of the case.
Right. He'd ask for help many times, but when help is right there in front of him, he doesn't ask for help, does he?
That is
Try and
correct.
go
And you
grab my
agree if he just
food.
said,
Fuck.
Mom and Dad, I need help, or I feel like there's no hope. I even brought a gun to school. They'd give him help, wouldn't they?
I've never met his parents. I don't know how they would have reacted.
Well, the school, you don't have any reason to believe if he had said that he would not have gotten help, do you?
I don't know, sir. I don't know the answer to that question.
And it's not that no one believed him, right? He just didn't say it. You agree with me?
I do not agree with that, sir.
He never said it, did he? He never said it in the counselor's office. Did he tell you that he said, I really need help, Mr. Hopkins? I really need help, Mom and Dad? Did he tell you he said that?
He wrote on his paper.
Doctor,
I need help.
we've talked about that. He then tells them that the paper was part of a video game. He says, I'm not asking for help. That's what he says to them, right?
For the sake of brevity, sir, I will say yes.
Yeah, okay. So at that moment, doctor, the defendant, for whatever reason, decided he wasn't going to ask for help, right? But you agree with me. At that moment, the counselor told his parents, you have to get him help within 48 hours, right? You agree with that?
I read that.
So at most, if the defendant's just not comfortable talking about it there, he's 48 hours away at most from the help that he's allegedly been begging for, right?
So he should have gotten the help right away.
Okay, doctor, but I'm talking about the defendant now, not the other folks in the room. The defendant now knows, after he's been asking for help for a long time. You cite April of 21, right?
Yes, sir.
He's less than 2 days away now, right? You agree with me?
I agree with you.
All right. And he doesn't choose to just say nothing and go home. He leaves that meeting and he goes to the bathroom and he takes the gun and he starts shooting, right?
Actually, no, sir. He went back to classes.
Okay. He went back to class and instead of finishing out his classes for the day and going home and then getting help, he decided to start shooting.
No, sir. He went to the lunchroom and had his lunch.
And then he started shooting. He had time to think about it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you ask the defendant about that?
I did, but he did not respond.
On page 68,
You said, did you ask the defendant about that? Could you just clarify about that, what that means?
yes. So, doctor, did you confront the defendant with the fact that help was now, he was on the precipice of help, less than 2 days away? Why did he start shooting instead? Did you ask him that?
I did not ask him that question, sir.
So he didn't explain that to you.
That is correct.
On page 68, you describe the defendant. I gotta look at the page. This is. Doctor, on page 68 of your report, first paragraph, conclusion events, you say the defendant now returns to class with this feeling of terror and absolute astonishment. Those are your words, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're talking about the defendant. You're saying the defendant is the one who's feeling terror.
Yes, sir.
And then, doctor, even more remarkably, the sentence before that, you say, perhaps the saddest part of this very horrible saga is that the defendant was given his backpack with the gun and told to return to class. You've heard the testimony, doctor. You've read the reports. You've heard people crying in the courtroom. You've seen the families. And you're saying that the saddest part of this is that he was sent back to class. That's what's sad about this case.
Those lives could have been saved.
That's true, doctor. And who made that decision?
A number of people.
All right. Finally, doctor, on the very last page, you include one sentence that talks about the defendant murdering anyone. It just sort of hints at it. And in fact, in that sentence, you don't blame the defendant, do you?
What are you referring to, sir?
I'm talking about the one sentence where you ever talk about the defendant killing anyone. The only one in your entire report.
Could you just specify where this is?
Yeah, it's the last sentence under conclusion events.
Can you tell us the page?
68
One moment, please. On page 68, the last sentence.
of the conclusion events.
Oh.
Can you read that to the court?
Says his obsessive thoughts and compulsion propelled him to take the lives of innocent people.
Doctor, is that really your opinion about how these murders happen?
Yes, sir.
When you talk about obsessive thoughts, obsessed with what? What is the defendant obsessed with
With harming people.
that propels him to do it? He's obsessed with torturing birds and killing people, right?
That's correct.
Doctor, would you agree with me? You spend very little time discussing the journal in your report.
I spent time discussing it, sir. I don't know very little. I spent time discussing it.
So you don't discuss it at all. You've already agreed with me in your first report, your January report, right?
That is correct.
All right. And then in your June report, you spend 6 sentences on it, right?
I take your word for it, sir.
All right. And you pull out 2 quotes, right? One about my parents would listen and help me, or a therapist. I used to have a dream and I realized working hard for your whole won't do anything. That's the first quote you use in events leading up to the shooting from the journal, right?
I take your word for it, sir.
And then he includes a second quote on page 49. I have this huge crush on a girl in my 6th hour. I'm going to ask her out, right?
That's correct.
Those are the only 2 quotes you use from the journal, right?
That's correct.
All right. And you spend almost no time talking about the birds or the bird video. Again, in your initial report, you listed it as a video and never mentioned birds anywhere again in your report. Would you agree?
He made a video of himself torturing birds,
Correct.
indicating his desire to make the birds feel
Hold on.
how he was feeling.
We're about to get there. That's 2 sentences in June, right? And in the first report, there's 0
Bacon
sentences. Great.
That is correct.
fries.
And you say, as you just said, the defendant probably saw this as a way of releasing the pain he was feeling inside, right?
That is correct.
You don't explain that, right? That's it. You don't offer any further explanation of why you think he probably saw this as a way of releasing the pain he was feeling, right?
That is correct.
Did you ask the defendant about that?
I did not.
So, doctor, there are things you asked him and things you didn't. Was the defendant forthcoming with you?
Based on my testing, I believe he was.
All right. You do indicate in one of your tests he was over-reporting, right?
That is correct.
And doctor, you're aware of a discussion he had with a girl about being shot by his father with a BB gun. You're aware of that?
I saw that in one of the documentations.
Okay. And he knows he lied about that, right? Sometimes he just makes stuff up.
That is true.
Did you ask him about why he killed baby birds and whether he liked it or not?
I attempted to.
Okay. And he didn't respond to that.
He's still trying to come to grips with what has happened.
And doctor, you really don't mention the manifesto video, right? You spent about 4 sentences on that, and you don't quote anything from it, do you?
So I believe I've answered that question. I did mention it in my report.
Doctor, hold on. I'm asking about a different video now. We're talking about the manifesto video, right? And you don't address that in your first report, but in your second report on page 50, you label video the night before the night of the shooting. It says video before night of shooting, but it's video the night before the shooting, right?
Okay.
And you include a couple sentences about that. It's actually not mostly about the video. You say the night preceding the shooting, Ethan was locked out of his home by his parents following a verbal conflict surrounding his grades, right?
There's 6 sentences in that section.
Yes, and the first one is you talk about he'd been in a verbal dispute with his parents, and his parents actually locked him out of the house, right?
That is correct.
In fact, he'd been locked out of the house when you made that video, right?
Yes, sir.
You spend a couple sentences on it, but then you don't actually quote from it. You say the video shows him indicating his desire to harm students at the school, right? Those are your words, correct?
That is correct.
And you would agree with me, doctor, of the 20,000 text messages, you make no reference to 99% of those. You just include the 1%.
That were relevant, yes.
And doctor, in your report, at least, you never talk about the defendant's internet searches. Agree?
That is correct.
And you were aware they existed. You testified. You did pull out one about the dog, so you knew they existed. You just didn't reference them in your report.
That is correct.
In fact, you don't mention the shooting at all, or the shooting video in your report, do you? You saw it, but you don't mention it, do you?
It's on page 1 of my report. The shooting.
What are you talking about, doctor?
You said I have not mentioned the shooting, and I'm saying
Yes.
on page 1 of my report, very first paragraph.
Oh, where you say he allegedly shot and killed four of his classmates? Okay. You never talk about the defendant's motivation, do you? You never talk about the defendant's motivation, right?
I mentioned his mental illness, sir.
Doctor, my question is not his mental illness, it's his motivation. Why does he want to kill people? You didn't talk about that in your report, did you?
I did.
Where?
In my testing, sir. I spoke about his obsessions and his compulsions.
Doctor, I'm talking about what motivated him. Why did he want
I'm
to
here.
kill other people?
I need to think Ethan knows fully why he wanted to kill him.
Okay. I'm glad you said that, doctor, because we're going to look at some things and see if Ethan tells us,
Sure.
the shooter tells us why he was motivated to do that. All right. Doctor, I'm going to show you a series of clips from the journal, the text messages, internet searches, and so forth. I want to go through those with you. All right, okay. First one, doctor, page 22 of the journal. And the defendant says, then I will walk behind any girl pretty and shoot them in the back of the head. I will then shoot everyone I see aiming for the head. You see that?
I do.
Next slide, please. I will continue shooting people until police breach the building. I will then surrender to them and plead guilty to life in prison. You see that?
I do.
Next slide, please. I want the world to remember me. That's in the journal, right? You saw that.
That is correct.
You don't reference that in your report, though, do you?
That is correct.
Next slide, please. Killing myself is too much of a pussy move. People will just forget about me, and I will have never making an impact in this world. The only way is to shoot up the school. You see that?
I do.
And you were aware of that. You read that, right?
I do.
Next slide. I'm going to kill many, many people for no sole reason. I'm going to rain fucking fire down on the school. I will cause the biggest school shooting in Michigan history. I will kill everyone I fucking see. You see that?
I do.
That tells us something about his motivation, right?
It does.
And in fact, he's right about Michigan history, isn't he? Isn't he?
I want to answer, sir. So far, yes.
Next slide, please. I want to remember throughout all of history. Right?
I see that.
Okay. You saw that before. I'm not showing you the first time, right? You've seen the journal.
That is correct.
Next slide, please. I would just hope their parents will fill with sadness. And is it distraught? When I shoot up the school, I hope that every parent of kids I gravely murder will be so sad that they kill themselves. You see that?
Those are the facts of the case.
Hold on, doctor. It's not just the facts of the case. This is the defendant's own words, right? Okay. When they show the video in court, everyone can see their children and friends dying. And I want for the parents to see their kids burned to ash and bawl their eyes out. I'm going to spend the rest of my life in prison. You see that?
I do.
Next slide, please. Defendant's journal, page 18. The first victim has to be a pretty girl with a future. You see that?
I do.
And it shows a gun to the back of the head of a girl, right?
I do.
Next slide, please. I know that rarely any shootings have happened in Michigan, so that means I will cause the biggest school shooting ever in the state. I'm not going to tell myself I will surrender to the police. I wish to hear the screams of the children as I shoot them. You see that?
I do.
Next slide. So, doctor, on this slide, he's talking about what kind of weapon he has. You're aware at one point he has access to a 22 pistol, right?
I do.
And he says, I want to do the shooting with a 9mm pistol because they are effective from killing, but all I got is a puny 22, right? Then he draws a drawing of two different bullets. One's a 22 and one's a 9mm. And you're aware, doctor, one is a lot more deadly than the other, right?
I take your word for it, sir.
You're not aware of that?
What the actual hell is going on? Why do they keep doing that? Anyway, that's a good place to end it. So, are we all ready? Green. We've got another trial. I believe it's about to start. So, Let me get it up for you. I was bored of that trial and that thing now. Um, I believe she's muted for a little bit, so don't worry too much here now. I got the volume up max. She's muted for a little bit. Why is that going on? I'm gonna. I'm silly.
Yes, other. And on other, you just put that if the defendant fails to appear on Thursday
Right, here we go. I'm in
at
docket
9
9
a.m.
trial. Oh, wrong one.
So if the defendant fails to appear on Thursday, August 3rd, 2023 at 9 a.m., he's subject to the full range of a punishment, which includes the repeated enhancement allegation.
Don't disclose that. Okay. Why do you say that?
Oh, they need to sign it.
Can we just put initials, Judge?
If you want to put initials, you can, and your client must also.
It's right. Right.
All right. Did you understand and review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Understand that you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
he does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Judge.
Mr. Hernandez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 6 months in the state jail facility. There are no applications. If you fail to appear on Thursday, August 3rd, 2023 at 9 a.m., you will be subject to the full range of punishment, including the repeat offender enhancement allegations. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes,
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
no, Judge.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Francis.
To the enhancement allegations, how do you plead? True or not true?
What, Judge, they waived the enhancements.
They are, but he's going to be subject to the full range of punishment if he does not show. So in order to do that, I need to have documentation that the enhancements are actually true. Of course, if he shows up to court, guess what? It doesn't matter that you pled true to the enhancements.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna show up, so I won't agree to it.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna agree to it, 'cause I'm gonna show up on Thursday.
All right, well, you're scheduled for jury trial. Just a minute, just have a seat. We'll take you up for trial after we finish with these other
No,
cases.
Judge, he wants to do it.
Oh, you want to do
Yes,
it?
ma'am. Yes,
Oh, I'm
ma'am.
sorry.
I advised him not to take the deal under your conditions, but he wants to take it anyway.
All right. Then to the allegations, the repeat offender enhancement allegations, how do you plea? True or not true?
True.
All right. State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
Your Honor, I submit States Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
No objection.
Going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. We'll be back on August 3rd for your sentencing date. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, and if, sir, we're off the record, sir. I understand what the charges are in here, and I read the police report. Between now and then,
Yes, ma'am.
do not use,
Yes, ma'am.
you can still get help.
Yes,
Go
ma'am.
to a sober meeting, go see where you can get help. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Michael Kilgore. Probation, this is an application. You're on a pleading on one case?
Yes.
Court is calling 2022 CR 6781, State of Texas versus Michael Lee Kilgore. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Ruben Herrera for state.
defense?
Adeline Silver for the defense.
And are you Mr. Kilgore?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Kilgore, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know what's going on. I hope that last guy wasn't the trial and I was be pleaded. Hey, Mickey, it's not good to see me, as always. I'm
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, the state is waiving counts 1 and 2 and proceeding as to the lesser included charge of assault, bodily injury, married cohabitation, and count 3.
Any objection?
No objection.
Going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, married or cohabitation? That is a class A misdemeanor. The range of punishment is anywhere up to $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bear County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor, he has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Kilgore, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, married cohabitation under count 3. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2022 CR 7213. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with Sherry, Sherry, Garman, Garman. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
State,
Yes, Your Honor.
defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years in the BIPP course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all of its attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
What's going on? We'll see what's going on because it's
All
supposed
right,
to
and
be
have you
trial
spoken to the
started.
complainant?
We have, Your
The
Honor,
eighth-
and she has been cooperative throughout this. We have let her know of our plea offer that was tendered to defense counsel, and she was on board with that offer.
All right. Court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding the guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, he's ready for a fresh start and, in terms of if he is granted deferred adjudication, he would ask that his deferred adjudication be able to move with him in his new place that he plans on residing in, which is in another state,
And what state is this?
Indiana,
What city?
Indianapolis.
What county?
I'm not sure. Indianapolis.
Who do you know there?
No, my girl's there. She works for the NCAA. So that's the
Who is
main-
your girl?
Diamond Chestnut.
No, I mean, what is her relationship? You say girl, but what does that mean?
Like she's my girlfriend.
And is she aware of your history?
Yeah, we've been together. We've known each other since high school, since freshman year. So
All right.
Yeah.
But does she know about this case?
yeah, of course.
Well, you say of course, but many times that's not the case.
Yes, Your Honor, she does know. I have been in communication with her regarding this case.
So she knows that he beat up another female
Correct, Your Honor.
and she still wants to be with him.
Correct, Your Honor.
I guess there are limited men available. Do you have any children?
Yes, I do.
What are their ages?
2-year-old, I got a 3-year-old, I got a 5-year-old, I got an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, and I got a 6-month-old.
All right.
Bloody
What's the date
hell.
of birth of the 6-month-old?
I think this is Dave. Dave, are you in chat or are you actually in court, Dave? You've been swinging that Todger about. We started a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old. Bloody hell. How many mothers?
I can't tell you right now.
What's the date of birth of the 7-year-old?
No worries.
8/28, 2015. I got a
The 8-year-old, what's the date of birth?
2014, April 25th.
5-year-old.
I don't know that one.
All right. Why would you use profanity and say the S word and then you don't know that one? What's the date of birth of the 3-year-old?
Can't tell you, I wasn't there.
What's the date of birth of the
I
2-year-old?
wasn't there. That's not their my kids.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I couldn't tell you. I wasn't there. That's not their minds. I had DNA tests for them, so
So you mean those are your children?
yes, they are.
All right. When's the last time you had employment?
No, I have my own business, so
So doing what?
car dealership.
So do you have a car dealership in Indiana?
I have a master builder license that's registered to the Texas Sub Controller of San Antonio, Texas.
So you don't have a business in Indiana?
No, my business still will be here. So
I mean, yeah.
All right. And do either of these children, is their mother the
Yes.
complainant in this case?
no,
And I'm sorry, how old did you say you were?
I'm 27.
27.
You're 27. You should not be dating 18-year-olds.
No,
I know 18-year-olds are legal under the law, but what is a 27-year-old doing with an 18-year-old? And when she was working at Jack in the Box, what employment did you have?
I still had a car dealership, so
And were you selling any vehicles?
yes, I was.
Who were you living with?
No, I live by myself. I have my own place.
All right. Any other questions?
Nothing based on that, Your Honor.
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
All right. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. I don't know. Does he need parenting classes or need to stop being fruitful and multiplying? I don't know. But if you have children, you need to take care of your children. And taking care of your children is more than dropping money off to them for a few seconds.
No, I'm
You
asking all my
cannot.
kids.
No, you don't. You don't even know their date of birth. Like you don't even know when to send gifts to the 2-year-old for their birthday because you don't know when they were born. You don't know when the 3-year-old was born. You don't know when the 5-year-old was born. You sort of think maybe the 7-year-old, maybe that's their date of birth, and the 6-month-old, maybe that's their date of birth, but you really don't know when their dates of birth are. Do they have the same mothers?
No.
How many mothers are we talking about? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children, and they all have different mothers. And so have those children even seen each other?
Yes, they have.
Do they even recognize themselves as their siblings?
Yes.
I highly doubt that. Here's the thing, when you start having children all over creation and they don't know that these are their siblings, for all you know, they could end up dating one of their siblings. And the reason why they don't know is because their father is just having children all over the planet. All right, 2 years deferred adjudication, the BIPP course. There's going to be regular.
Sarah knows it. Sarah knows it. Next, but yeah, Sarah. Jesus, 6 women, 6 children. Keep it. I mean, he must have a big one. So I'm not sure what else he offers, but he must have a big one. Big schlong, like, not as big as Dave's, but a big schlong for all these women to be like, oh, I don't care if you slap women about. I don't care about anything else. Just get inside me. Do you know what I mean? Jesus.
Reporting to probation by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular UAs. There's to be no contact with Sherry Garman. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Field visits. Do random one time
is-
every 3 months.
It's done now.
Take
I
in
will figure out,
consideration
yeah.
2022 CR 17.
I'm just waiting to see what the trial is. Yeah, it's more because I'm just like, well, I was going to tweet it out when I knew what the trial was, but it seems that it might not even be a trial. That's my worry.
213. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No.
All right. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And the court is not allowing transfer to Indiana. All right, is there anything else from either side?
I just want to say, Your Honor.
And here, to be successful on probation, communication is key. You need to make sure you stay in contact with your probation officer. If you feel that they're not addressing that issue, you can always come before the court and the court will see what the issue is and address it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Casablanca, if you'll come forward.
I mean, there's no hope. He's going to sling that schlong tonight now. Also, he just doxed his
All right,
girlfriend. working
Mr.
the
Casablanca, did you have a
NCAA.
chance to speak with Mr. Mauer?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, so you know what's going to take place. And you know you're going to have to report to this court twice a month. And they've given you the exact time to report.
We're gonna go with that.
All right, she's going to go over that with you. And you're going to have community service hours to do. You understand?
Yes.
If you fail at any of this or do not follow through on the court's instruction, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to receive a violation report. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about anything?
No, ma'am.
You know what you're supposed to do?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else? All right, thank you for your military service.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Casablanca. Matthew Avalos. Probation, there's no application. Court is calling 2023 CR 5592, State of Texas versus Matthew Avalos. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
James Hunt.
Done, Heidi, done.
Is this going to be taken in consideration?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Yeah, you want to check that off? Are you Mr. Matthew Avalos?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Avalos, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
I'm sorry, not the True Bill of Indictment. There's a lot going on in the box over there. Did you review the True Bill of Indictment with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Avalos, by indictment, you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams. That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Do.
Mr. Avalos, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am. I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. State will take in consideration 2023 CR 5593. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
And
Your
did you sign it in both places?
Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
None, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Francis.
State any evidence?
Your Honor, I submit State's Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
Showing you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Okay. I'm just waiting for the hammer. Not that guy. The
All
other
right,
guy's
after reviewing
hammer.
State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
If you would like to.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We believe the plea bargain is appropriate.
Mr. Avalos, who is Crystal Avalos to you?
She's my sister.
All right. And who is Sarah Flores?
She's my friend.
All right. And with your sister, are you older or younger?
I'm her older brother. Yes.
Okay. All right. The court will find you guilty, sentence you to 3 years in prison, take in consideration 2023 CR 5593, give you credit for any time served. Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. You are the older brother. You're supposed to be looking out for your sister. Looking out for your sister is not having heroin in the car. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And the fact that you were trying to swallow it, guess what? If it would have ruptured or something would have went wrong, then your sister would have saw you having a overdose on the street. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
Do you have children?
No, ma'am.
All right, that's a good thing because you need to work on yourself. If you have a drug problem or an alcohol problem, there are plenty of places that can help you for free. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
And did that center neck tattoo hurt?
Yes.
And you didn't think to stop here, just I've started, I got to finish?
Yeah.
All right, good luck to you, okay? Take care of yourself.
Thank you. Your Honor.
Who's here on Gavina Var?
We're present, Judge. We're ready.
Present, we're ready, Judge. Right, what is going on? Come on, let's go, people. Is there going to be a trial today or what? Oh, sorry.
Court is calling
Oh, wow.
2019 CR 11408, State of Texas versus Gavina Var. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hey, do you see that guy that had a big schlong? He's been just like, he's been shagging everything going, like, 6 different children from 6 different mothers. Do you know what I mean? He must have a big, strong Dave. What do you think?
And Your Honor,
Defense?
John Coons and Megan Enriquez for Mr. Vara.
And are you, Mr. Vara?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review that with your client?
We have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Vara, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand?
Unfortunately, everyone thinks that it's a quick fix, but it's not. Do you know what I mean? It's for a lot of people like the judge now, and I like this judge, but it's a lot of tick box exercise. I bet you they don't actually know what happens or what if there's a wait list or whatever. So it's just too much tick box exercises, in my opinion, from my experience of knowing other people.
Stand it.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Vara, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of murder? The range of punishment for that offense is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If the state proves the enhancement allegation true, then that means your range of punishment will be anywhere from 15 years to 99 years or life in prison and still up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Very much so.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He certainly has both.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes and yes.
Mr. Vara, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, you are to agree that you've been previously convicted of a felony for enhancement. Punishment is to be assessed at 24 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and there's no applications. Did you understand that?
Yes.
State,
Yes, Your Honor.
defense?
Yes, Judge.
See, my eyes went different ways.
Uh,
Just tested everybody.
Yeah.
Well, the last time you were here, it was in a different capacity.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places? Sir, did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, just 1 moment. And counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then as to the offense, and the indictment, how you plead, guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Correct.
And as, which has enhancement are you all proceeding on?
We'll proceed on the second one, Your Honor.
And with regards to the second enhancement, which states, and it is further presented in and to said court that before the commission of the offense alleged above on the 16th day of August, AD 2010, and cause number 2009 CR 10382 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant was convicted of the felony of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance. Penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams. How do you plead? Guilty? I'm sorry, true or not true?
True.
State any evidence to support the defendants, please.
Yes, Your Honor. State exhibit number 1 with all attached.
We review them and have no objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Vara, I'm showing you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes.
And state, is the complainant aware of this plea? The complainant's family at least?
Your Honor, yes, and I mean, they haven't been contacted today, but they're aware of the plea negotiations ongoing.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I understand. That's why, in a way, you need to fill me in on this, Gilf. It'd be good to have you one day on here to explain some of these rights.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. The court will find the enhancement true based upon your plea of true and based upon states exhibits 1 and attachments. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, first of all, we would like for the court to accept the plea bargain and sentence him today to the 24 years. We would also request that he get credit for the time that he has served. He currently has, I think, 275 days in custody. My client has also asked me to ask you if it would be possible to give him credit for the time that he's been on the leg monitor, including on home confinement for a long time. So any additional credit that you could give him would be greatly appreciated. We're very grateful to the prosecutor to come to this number, and we appreciate Mr. Gonzalez's help in getting this done.
All right. The court has read the police report, and I see there were extenuating circumstances all around involving this. So normally I do not allow people to enter pleas on the day of trial, but after reviewing the police report and hearing arguments from both sides and also having discussions with the state in the presence of the defense counsel, I'm going to accept the plea and I'm going to find you guilty. The enhancement is true. Sentence you to 24 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and there's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question.
I'm on Pepsi. Last time I did this, right, people say that Coke was better. No, Pepsi's better, guys. Pepsi is better. Prefer Diet Pepsi, but it's fine. Also, everyone came at me going, "Oh, there's more than like 2 types of Pepsis: normal Pepsi and Diet Pepsi." No, it's not. There's only 2 in the UK. We don't have any left cherries. That's
Question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. You're gonna have to make better choices. How old are you?
55.
All right. You know, a gun is not the answer for every argument, every disagreement. Even sometimes I understand that someone was fighting your girlfriend. I read all of that in the police report. I say that because I want you to know that I actually did read the entire police report. Sometimes people say, she read that too fast. She didn't read everything. But I do make sure I read everything to make sure that if there is an agreement that's reached, it's an agreement that I think is appropriate. All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
while he's in there for the
Judge,
rest of his life.
real fast before he's taken, you gave him credit for the jail time, but
Yes.
not for his street time.
No.
Okay.
All right. Could I see the
So he's
file?
the-
Who's here on Manuel Mendoza?
78, getting out with it. No, 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 no.
All right, we're headed to jury trial.
Judge, he is considered dismissal on this. We've been trying to reach out. to communicate.
Okay. All right, counsel, do you
have
want
what,
to
Father?
put on the record that you tried to get in touch with the complainant?
Yes, Judge.
We're going to go on the record in 2023 CR 2570A, State of Texas versus Manuel Mendoza. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Anthony Cantrell for Mr. Mendoza.
All right, the court called this case for trial today. The plea deadline has expired and the state has decided to tender a motion for dismissal. State?
Judge, so we have attempted to reach out to the complainant using the phone numbers that were in the police report. When those didn't work, we attempted to run another search to get other contact information. When we ran that search, it was the same numbers, and so we were unable to do that.
All right, the court will sign the motion to dismiss. We can go off the record. Mr. Mendoza, the only thing I know about your case is what you're charged with. The only way I would learn more about this case is if it were in trial or someone asked me to read a police report. You know what your actions were that day. I do not. But this is what I do know. Receiving this dismissal is no cause for celebration on your part. Whatever brought you here, you had better start doing things differently. You understand?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. Could I see the file on John Marino?
Okay, that was easy. Dismissed. Right, what handbag? She got a different handbag today. A white one. Oh, okay. A little bit
Who's the
different.
prosecutor on John Marino? All right.
Bloody hell. What's this?
Where's your client? Come up. This concerns you. So my understanding is that the interpreter is only needed for a witness. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge. But just to let the court know, we did make a new offer to defense. They hadn't told me until just now that they were going to accept that offer.
All right. Do the paperwork.
Yes, Judge. Okay, sorry.
Let me judge.
All
Yeah.
right.
Hi, Mel.
Martin Rios.
Hi, Mel. Lovely to see you. Irish is busy today. She only comes out when we're talking about big schlongs and stuff. Then all of a sudden she's not busy anymore. So, but welcome back, Melissa. Always good to have you here.
So it's gonna be the same issue on this one. We had contact a few weeks ago. We did use the same phone numbers to take the contact and them give us at that time. None of them were involved.
Oh, we'll put it on the record.
Just letting you know, Judge.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I address the court?
Yes, we're going to go on the record, but you can address the court. Okay. All right. The court is calling 2022 CR 10144, State of Texas versus Martin Rios. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Robert Featherston and Adam Pauls.
Are you Mr. Rios? All right. State, you filed a motion to dismiss. Why are you asking for dismissal?
Judge, so we were having difficulty initially contacting the complainant. About a month and a half ago, we were able to contact him, and which time he did give us new contact information to reach him. We've attempted several times to use all the information that we've had in order to reach out to him, and so far he has not returned any of our calls, text messages, voicemails, anything.
Okay. All right. Defense?
Your Honor, if it pleases the court, we have filed a motion for speedy trial or in the alternative motion to dismiss for violation of a Sixth Amendment right to speedy trial. We'd like the court to hear that motion. I think the court should also be aware that the complainant in this case is on probation.
Okay. All right. And that cause number, the court is dismissing the case. And what I can tell you, Mr. Featherston, I don't know if it's true or not, but usually in this court, when cases are dismissed, they are dismissed. The state has no intention. State, do you have any intention of bringing this case back?
At this time, no, Judge, especially based off of the fact that the witness has had contact and then not or refused to reach out to us again. We have called him at this number. This is a number that he did answer previously. It's just now he's ignoring us.
All right, what I can tell you, defense, with regards to your motions in that case, the court has filed the dismissal.
Your Honor, if it pleases the court, I believe the record should reflect that the court signed the dismissal prior to hearing my argument about raising our Sixth Amendment right to a speedy trial. We are not waiving that right to a speedy trial. If the case does raise its head again, we fully intend on pursuing that issue. Additionally, Your Honor, Mr. Rios is also charged with a family violence case. We stand ready for trial on that case at this time. And we also have a speedy trial demand on that case.
All right, thank you. And the record will reflect that the court did sign the motion for dismissal, and just have a seat and we'll come back to your other case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Can I see the following callers? Romero?
Right, so these are all for the jury, I suspect then.
All right,
The
this
motion to
is
dismiss.
scheduled for trial.
Yes, Judge.
You ready?
Yes.
All right, so this will be up for trial today. So the jury's in the hallway. As soon as I finish with the plea on these cases, we'll start with jury selection. State, are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
How much time are you asking for voir dire?
45 minutes, Judge.
I'll give each side 30.
I was about to ask for 30.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Garza, is he going to the court for punishment if he were to be found guilty?
Let me check with Cornelius.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So
All right,
we've
to the
got a
other people
trial.
who are on the docket, I'm going to see where this case takes us. But the rest of you who are on the docket that's still pending, I'll see you all back here at 9:15. The attorney where are you coming from, sir?
Austin, Judge.
All right, so what we'll do is, Mr. Stevens, if you can be here at 9:15 a.m. and sir, you can appear by Zoom so that I can see where we are.
I was under the impression that if the murder case pled, that we were next.
No, you're not next, because we go to jail cases and then it's whoever has been here the longest. And Ms. Garza's client is the next with the longest number of settings.
Do we have a consideration of our motions as the press,
I'm going to carry that with trial.
in both cases?
Yes.
And just so we'll know, are we gonna be trying to?
If you will
Almost the
talk
eighth
to the
case.
state and see which one they're going to proceed on first. And usually it's the oldest case, but if you'll confer with them. And if there is no objection from either party, I do believe I have Mr. Stevens' cell number. So I'll be able to call him early enough to let you all know if something happens to this case.
We'll have time to get Mr. Barrett here, Your Honor.
Oh, yes. This would all be solved if they had light rail. Mr. Stevens, I'm putting you on that. To get us some light rail. It would be nice if it would take me at least from here to Dallas, then it would be a short drive for me to see my mom.
I'll put that second on my list, Your Honor. First on my list was to just ask the state to consider our arguments on this motion and
Oh.
have to dispose of both.
Oh, well, here's the thing. If you'll talk to them, I'm sure they will consider it.
It's contingent on the
We'll keep trying then, Judge.
All right. Yeah, they're here to discuss with you.
Does Mr. Meyer have to be here in person, Judge? Can he appear also?
No, he'll have to be here in person. And again, counsel, if this case is actually continuing, then what I will do is you won't have to come down. But I'm going to call Mr. Stevens before the day is over. I just don't want you all waiting here. I'll call Mr. Stevens before the end of business day today to let him know whether or not you can just appear by Zoom and we'll give you a trial date, okay?
Would you like to also leave my cell number with the clerk?
Yes,
Copy that.
yes. And if you all can confer with the state and see if they've had a chance to review your motion.
Talk to each other. Don't ignore each other.
Judge, we also have, Adolph Lopez is from compliance. He's considered-
Oh, Adolph Lopez. Can I see the following Adolph Lopez, please?
That's an important first name, Adolf.
Just like to defer to you as far as the ruling on the motions.
Okay.
Who's the coordinator?
Your cell phone, don't shout it out loud. So we got a trial. Okay, it might be a mini one, but friggin' hell.
Hello, Mr. Lopez. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for your patience. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
What's a young attorney now?
All right, Ms. Abrams? Does he need further evaluation? That's what I'm reading. Or am I missing something?
Judge, I think it was recommended at one point, EDRF,
Mhm.
Diagnosis Residential Facility. Probation also had some other recommendations, but I do believe he was eligible for full diagnosis residential facility.
All right.
Your Honor, at the time where he was assessed for DDRF, he denied any drug use
Mhm.
prior to his arrest, so more than likely DDRF is not going to take him. We are recommending state ISF cognitive track for 90 days.
All right, so with cognitive track, but because it appears that there's some mental health issue, are we all in agreement that there are mental health diagnoses?
It's complicated, but he was, as I understand the procedural history, he was found incompetent and then restored or rehabilitated so that he could plea. And then after the plea, now we're here again.
But do we think ISF cognitive is a good fit for him?
Your Honor, based on the screen report from the Center for Services, the diagnosis that was reported by Mr. Lopez was his being bipolar and having anxiety. He is approved for our mental health unit.
Well, the problem we have is DDRF is not going to accept him because he's saying he doesn't have a drug issue. So I honestly don't think ISF cognitive is what that needs to be. And honestly, I think Mick is not enough. So I don't know. And we can't refer him to mental health court because felony mental health court won't accept him because he has this is deferred.
It is deferred.
I know they don't accept anybody with pleas, but counsel, if you want to talk to Judge Ringel and explain him the situation of your client that he's in limbo, maybe he will accept him. And in the meantime, I'm going to call, if there's no objection, I'm going to call different facilities and see if there's some sort of placement for him. I just don't think ISF cognitive, because I think of more as ISF cognitive as people are not following certain rules and maybe they need an adjustment in their thinking. Like you need to report, you need to do this. I don't see it as a place for, I have mental health issues. And if I'm wrong in that assessment, let me know.
So he's just left out to dry, basically.
Okay. All
Don't know
right,
what to
so
do with him.
let's do this. If you will talk to Judge Ringel, and then I'll see what other facilities I can find so that we can see for a placement for him. Because I know if I release him on Mick, what's going to end up happening? We're going to have the same issue that we have now. And who knows what end up happening because we have your client speaking about the FBI, things happening under the bridge, that type of thing.
I understand. Right?
All right, so how much time are you all thinking to bring it back?
I don't know when they have docket, but I can go see if I can schedule something to meet with Mr. or Judge Ringel. And
So then what we'll do is we'll recall this for Thursday of next week. But sir, if they have information for me before Thursday of next week, we'll have you immediately put back on the docket, okay? All right, have you been taking your medications?
No, I'm not taking because I end up losing weight and it's better for my bloodline.
All right, here's the thing about medications. I'm not a medical doctor, but I did have a lot of clients who would have mental health issues and they would stop taking their medication because of the side effects.
Hi,
And I
Thierry.
always tell them, please just call your doctor and say, these are the side effects I'm having. Maybe they can put you on different medications, because if you go off your medication, you're
Yeah.
gonna become incompetent again. Then you're gonna go back to the state hospital.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is ridiculous, but, you know, she is trying. She is trying. Just, wow, it's a bit of an eye opener, to be honest. That we should put in the effort to find a place. No, to, oh, I bet they don't. And I've seen her do it several times. It's just like ridiculous that he's got nowhere to go. They don't know what to do with him. I can guarantee you that if there's another judge not as nice as her, they would just be like, well, go back to jail and yeah, someone will do something.
However many months it takes for them to restore you to competency, then you're gonna come back here and they'll probably have you on the same medication if you don't let them know. You understand? Yes.
The last time, April 4th, when I came into court.
Mhm.
Signed, well, recently, like, I think a couple of days ago back, before today, I talked to Center for Healthcare, so they said they were gonna release me before today.
All right, well, your attorney is gonna be able to contact Center for Healthcare Services and see what we can do with placement.
And
And I know there are some new programs that Center for Healthcare Services has. And I want to say, I can't, the name of the person is escaping me now. I think her last name is Rios. They have some new stringent
And
outpatient.
the UK system is not great. So that says a lot, I think. Well,
Mental health things that they can do. So that's who I'll be checking with
days.
that in as well.
Happy days.
So Norma,
Welcome back.
on Mr. Lopez, if we can recall him back for Thursday of next week. So we'll bring you back on August 10th. And again, if your attorney has information before then, all he has to do is come to court and let us know. We'll put it on the docket sooner, okay? All right? But be sure to let the people at the jail know that there's a side effect to your medication.
yeah, I'm not taking medication. Because, I don't take medication as they prescribe me.
Okay. Counsel, can you let them know at the jail that he's saying he has some side effect from his medication? That's why he's no longer taking it?
I will know.
I was just waiting to get out.
Okay.
I got stuff to do, you know.
All right, we're gonna see what we can do, okay? All right, thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. So Carlo Romero, everyone else who's up for trial, you need to be back here tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yeah, just
All right, if you'll do the paperwork.
So she's got a docket of sorts tomorrow
I'm
then.
also happy to do it in the morning. Mr. Moreno, he's got to get his kids situated anyway.
All right, I tell you what, if you guys go over the paperwork, have him sworn in, and then you all need to be, well,
He's just doing a misdemeanor.
when is his children? What time is it for his children?
Let me get a. I just wanted to check with you. I know Martin is, but it's having bonds.
Yes, they're coming back tomorrow at 9:15, I mean, at 9.
Okay,
I keep
alright.
saying 9:15.
I just didn't know whether to stick around and let them know.
All right,
Thank you.
what is your child issue? Hi, oh, have a seat.
I have them right now with my older daughter.
Yeah, we get everything for free in Wales. Like literally, obviously you can go private and stuff like that. You know, the downside that we got obviously is the long waiting list. You know, I'm yeah, I have to wait a long time for some of my services, you know, but it's free. So, and if it's that urgent, then you have to go private and pay for it like America, really. So yeah, I'm very lucky that we get everything for free.
But I gotta drop them off today at 8 o'clock at their mom's work.
Oh, at 8 p.m.?
Yes, ma'am. So I
Oh,
thought,
we'll be done before then.
Well, but his plea is for a county time, Judge, on misdemeanor. So I was anticipating you taking him in, and if you're not gonna take him in until tomorrow, that's okay too, but
So you'll be turning yourself in tomorrow?
That's why I was wondering if you could run me tomorrow morning.
All right, do the paperwork, get sworn in, and then you need to be here tomorrow exactly at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
But do not leave until the paperwork is done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am. You
you're
have a blessed
welcome.
day.
Hi.
Let's
So,
go, Lady Law. Let's
how's it going?
go.
What's your name?
Lady Law. Thanks, Lady Law.
Oh, yes. So where are you
Hi,
at school?
Kiri. Hi, Mr. Parson.
Yay. So you law student? Feel the sound if something's going to trial or not. And sometimes people will say they want a trial, but then once there's a jury in the hallway, then they do not want a trial.
We'll just wait for a little bit. So we got at least one trial today, which I imagine is a quickie. We all love a quickie now and again, don't we? We don't want it all every time drawn out, do we? So, by the sounds of it, there'll be a few more tomorrow. I'll have a look to see what else is going on. It looks likely that we're going to have probably a members only on uh, thing on Friday because I don't think there's any trials or anything going on. So, yeah, I think this week's going to be quite a one. We're missing Sarah P on Friday and Monday because she's on holiday. So, yeah, I think we'll just do that. And I promised everyone that the GILF Lady Law will be on here at some point in the coming weeks because you all miss her. So we'll have her on for a bit of a laugh. The trouble is streaming with other people is different time zones, you know. So for me, the GILF doesn't get home, say, what, 6:30 something, and then I'm just like, geez, for me that's like nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. So I just can't do that anymore. So, but there'll be a time. We'll do a weekend one coming up with the GILF. And I said I'll do one with Heidi whenever Heidi's free as well. But I'm very, very particular about who I want to do streams with now. So
So they're preemptory strikes.
they're still talking. So yeah, we got a little stream today. Then we'll see what we're going to do tomorrow and on Thursday. Probably just have a member stream on Friday, bit of a laugh. Probably take the Mickey. That's about it. Because this week seems to be quiet for trials. Doesn't seem to be that many trials going on. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look at some dockets here. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Let's have a look at Discord. I'm not a fan of Discord, I'll be honest with you. I don't really like it. It's too confusing for me. The gap. Well, right. So where we at? We're in August, 1st of August. Boy, Spark. 1st of August. No. Raymond. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything this week, so. Oh no, that's not even it. Huh, I was in the wrong one. Wrong section. Whoop. Down we go. Oi, oi. Right, there's a delay there. Dylan Rounds. Apparently, his trial starts August 4th. That's second, third, Friday. Okay, so if that does, we might watch that. Dylan Rounds, disappearance 1 year later. Then Monday we got what have we got? We've got a Carlos Dominguez, who's a serial killer. That's on Monday, so yeah, but the problem is, are they going to show them? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I announced earlier on, Gilf. I said the only two people right now that I would do a stream with people want me to do streams with other people, but the only two people I do it now with is with Heidi and yourself, girls. I just like to do it with people I like, and also people that are proper bitches as well. And you two are BITCHES. What does that spell? I can't swear. Um, Wandering through the office, lol, will definitely. Yeah, no, it is. You know that you got an open pass to come on whenever you want. You can come on the D's show anytime you want, Lady Law. You know that. But I was explaining to people, Lady Law, about the time zone difference. It just makes it a lot harder. I like Boyd's quick talk and stuff. Yeah, I love it as well. I enjoy it, but it doesn't seem that many people do enjoy it. That's the only problem. Um, no, no. Let's go. Obviously, I would love to do it with Rakita or um, all that, like But yeah, I'm done with I know I should stream with other people, but I'm very fussy about it because I don't feel like I can be myself. So, dun, dun. But we need to have a catch up before long, Lady Low. Anyway, we haven't had a catch up for ages, so we need to have a catch up. Yeah, whenever you're free on a Friday afternoon that you have got a half day, let me know and we can do one. Do you know what I mean? Because it just yeah, because of the time difference and stuff like that. And if we're in the middle of a trial, that's whatever. But um, yeah. Whenever I stream, especially like obviously I know Lady Law a lot better, but when I stream with Lady Law, I just feel like I forget there's a chat. We're just talking, we're just speaking. Like I don't even know there's a chat there. And Heidi doesn't shut up, which is a good thing. Do you know what I mean? So I enjoy that. It takes the pressure when you like people and when you do streams with people. The last thing you need is pressure to be like, oh my god, I've got to think of this question, that question. Heidi's like, right, bitch, what have you got to say? And she'll say it. You don't even have to say it. She'll just do it. And same with Lady Law. She does the same. Like two old chums, exactly. And that's what I love about it. I think that's what's natural about it. So, yeah, I like that. That's what I like to get from people on stream. And I do like, I think the other one is Miss Morgan. I think she's really good. She's just, when she comes out of shell, she'd be great. She's another one that doesn't give a crap. Do you know what I mean? She says it as it is. So someone was asking her on when am I doing the interview with Solomon? We've penciled it in. I asked him, we penciled it in for the 18th of August at 11 a.m. Eastern time, so 10 o'clock Central time. Yeah, I told you that I will. I have my reservations, Lady Law, but the only person probably that can make me do it is you. So for you, I will do it. But for most people, I wouldn't have done. But yeah, I'm happy. I've not looked at it yet, and there's a few other cases are coming up that I want to look at as well. But for you, I will. It's only true, Heidi. It's only true. And also, what I like about is Heidi and Lilo, they'll give their opinion. Whether they agree with me or not, they'll always give their own personal. They might agree with me, and they'll say, "I agree." But if they don't agree with me, they'll say, "No, I don't agree," and they'll say their own stuff. Like, I just don't like when people agree for the sake of agreeing. Yeah, that's fine. That's why, to be quite honest with you, I've not looked into it at all. But I was going to chat with you. I'm happy to do it. Happy, 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 happy to do it. I say I wouldn't have done it with anyone else, and that's not like brown nosing you. It's just like takes a lot for me to do certain cases. But I will. Yes, we just need to get our heads together what we're going to do with it, and then I'll just do whatever I need to do. Yeah, that's fine. That is sensible. Bum, bum, bum. And there's a couple of other ones that yes, I've got Solomon on the 18th, 11 o'clock Eastern, of August. So pencil that in, guys. If not around. There we are. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, the 18th, 11 a.m. Eastern. I've got to put my head together on the weekend now to try and do that, get that all sorted. I've actually got another case that I'm going to record. Not live streaming. I'm going to record it, based on someone else's recommendations, and they've nicely helped me research, and they've given me loads of links and stuff. So if anyone's ever got a case they want me to concentrate on, just send me loads of links for it, and I'll do it. It's not a problem. I just haven't got the time to research everything myself. And it's not just the research; it's also the pictures, the videos that go with it, and stuff like that. I need a lot of content just to make the video. So yeah, always happy to do stuff like that. She's still speaking to the intern.
So you want to come outside with me and meet the jurors? All right.
Yeah, they're meeting the jurors, so we'll wait for them now, and they'll come in. Right, Raymond Alessandro, if you remember, the guy that was accused of essaying his step nephew. I've not seen anything about that case. What happened to him? Does anyone know? If you remember the case, I've not seen it. So, if you know or remember, we're saying right, Raymond. I've not seen what's happened. What did he get? Did they plead? Did he get found guilty? Not guilty? I just don't know. Just don't know. Just don't know. Also, I got to do Johnny Depp again as well. That's quite close now to hearing Amber Heard's testimony. So I'll do that. Spider Girl, if you're here, I'm gonna kill you. I shouldn't say that because now if anything does happen to her, because she goes all shy, she didn't tell me anything. I thought it was set for another trial on July 24th. Yeah, it was, but I didn't see anything. If I remember correctly, she had a docket on most that day. I was like, well, where is it? So, but yeah, I gotta be careful what I say here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and I googled his name and everything, but I wasn't sure if people in Texas, San Antonio had heard, or near San Antonio had heard what he got. Because the only downside of I was going to say Judge Judy, Judge Bobby, is she does like 10 juries, 10 cases a day, like, jury stuff. But it was like, you just don't know what time she does anything. And most of them are like, plea agreements in place and stuff like that. Maybe they had to do with I think at the time we chatted about this, Sarah, and I think you or someone said it. Scheduling wise, probably had to do with another judge. But then I went looking for everything. I couldn't find anything. Couldn't find him on any dockets that day. Couldn't find him anywhere. And since then, I've not found him in anywhere. I've searched for him. Can't find anything about him. It's quite annoying, actually. And I'm not sure if I'm restricted because I don't get everything obviously from Texas. So maybe that's why. People leaving. Hey guys, she'll be back. She's only going to meet the jury, and then they're going to select, and then they're going to have a trial. So chill out. We're leaving. No. When you get a chance, right? You don't have to do it today, but any chance, obviously you can't do it today because you're in work, but at some point, have a look to see if you can see anything. Because I haven't got VPN on my laptop, so I can't search directly into Texas. So maybe that's why it's not coming up at all. But yeah, don't do it today in work, obviously, because you don't want any search history. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'd be restricted because I'm from Wales. I don't get all the info, but it's quite annoying. There's another trial I'd love to be covering. Not love, but I want to be covering. But it's in Ohio. He's an NFL player, current NFL player for the Eagles. He's been accused of SAing somebody back in 2017. But I googled it, trying to see any docket, nothing. Can't find anything. So that's my biggest struggle is finding trials. On so I can stream it on WebEx or Zoom or anything. That's probably my biggest need, I would say. I find an employer ever looked at my and said, "Ah, that's cool. I'm the same. I'm the same." In my last job, I was googling loads of stuff, and then I was like, um, Jesus. In my last job, they're like, "Oh yeah, you do know IT can see you." I was like, "Yeah, I know," but luckily I had a friend in IT, and I took a laptop to him and said, "Just can you just wipe my search history?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's great, but it's still in the cloud. Still retrieve it." I was like, "Oh, jeez." So I was like, "Oh, whatever, just leave it then." Um, but it's always in the cloud. They can always retrieve it if they want to. Right, I've had 2 comments on a video, right? One said to me, "I lost you after 30 seconds." Another one said, "What language is this?" It's Welsh, it's English. Oh, that's interesting, Sarah. But was it, like, live? Like, there's one starting today in Houston, so, the 3rd trial because the first 2 were mistrials. Kill the 60. I really want to watch it, but oh, yeah, but this is the problem. This is the problem. They are dumb. People are dumb. That's that's annoying, no cameras. What language is this? Hey, dude. Hey, it's English, but in a Welsh accent. Oh, lol. Um, would be admitted to a psych ward. Yeah, but I work for universities, so they take it seriously, and I just get it wiped now and again. The judge wants to have a fair. Oh, here we go. She's not started quite yet. The judge wanted to have a fair trial. Yeah, fine, but not allowed cameras or phones. Not even attorneys can have their phones. That's just take it. They can have a fair trial. Uh, I've noticed accents throw people a lot. Uh, yeah, a lot of people don't like my accent. A lot of people will come in, listen to me, and just go because they don't understand me. I get a lot of people saying that. I'm with you, Sarah. I don't understand that, Melissa. Yeah, but it is serious. It does happen. Oh, here we go. She started.
For this trial at 9:30? Ah,
I get that. You're right. I forgot about the time, Sarah. You're
where
right.
are they? Thank you. And we're gonna put this on the record. Are you ready to go on the record? All right, you're gonna go on the record on 2021 CR 5583, State of Texas versus Carlos Romero. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense? And are you Mr. Romero? Come up, please.
I love that.
Are you Mr. Romero?
I love that, Mel.
All right, Mr. Romero, this case was scheduled for jury trial. We actually had a jury in the hallway. You understand that? That's either yes or no. And you understand you have a right to jury trial? All right, and my understanding from your counsel and from the state is that you wish to proceed with a bench trial and not a jury trial. Is that correct? Right. And I'm going to show you the document entitled Jury Waiver Trial Before the Court. Did you review that with your attorneys? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? All right. Anything else from either side?
No, Judge.
All right. So we're going to be back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Just, no, 9 a.m. if you all have any motions that I need to hear beforehand. But the actual trial, bench trial for this case will start at 9:30. All right. All right. Is there anything else?
No.
All right. Norma, can you just give them a reset form?
Okay. Well,
And then Deputy Laura, I guess we will do our
we stay
book
confused most of the time
club
anyway
on
then.
Thursday.
Yes. All the way there, he's just now
Oh,
with
sorry. My dates are just all off today. Maybe Friday. Are we doing it?
This Friday.
Is it? Yeah, it's this Friday. Have you finished the book?
Like a little while. But I could be.
All right.
I could be done.
Yes. Bye-bye. Okay.
Once you get that halfway mark, it's like, yeah. Don't let her stay.
Yes. Don't let her stay.
At all. So, who's the author?
Nicholas Sanders.
Oh, let her stay.
I reached out to her on Facebook. She responded.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
What did she?
Was that by?
Oh, I'll have to pull it up on my phone,
Was that by Orange Juice Jones?
but it's an awesome book. So we have a Bridget, we now have a 187th book club. And so our first book that we just happened upon was Don't Let Her Stay.
See how you figure right?
Now.
So I'm not sure if that's it then. Or if there's damn it. Right, what's going on here now then? Hang on, stop screen. Hang on. She just literally went offline. That's what that was. She went offline. Yeah, well, so what happened is that the guy wanted a bench trial. So fine. So now they said about doing a bench trial tomorrow at 9:30. But then they said something about moving it. But then it just stream ended. So I'm not really sure. Well, hello, stranger. Marcy. How are we? I hope you're well, Marcy. Marcy comes in every now and again. Hope you're well. Lovely as always to see you here. I don't know what's going on now because she just finished. You literally, you can see. Hang on, you can see for yourself. Judge Boyd. Hang on, let me just do it this way then. See, it just ended. So. But you're not, Marcy. But you're not. Still stick around though, Marcy. You still stuck around. You never told me. She must come back. She must come back on. I can't believe this. You never told me, Marcy. But I'm not surprised. Most people, well, not most, a lot of people can't stand me. And I think that might be a part of why. And when I get excited or get angry, people have no clue what I'm saying. It's like, fuck you, strike you, fuck you. That's how they make an impression of me. But fair play to you, Martin, you never told me. You never told me. So we're still to watch that. We can watch that. We can watch that, whatever. Oh, I mean, it was boring, Mel. It was boring. I'm just waiting to see if if Judge comes back on or not. If she doesn't, sometimes I watch you on my TV. Yes. I know, you tell me, I know. I'm always grateful when you're watching. It's all good. And also, I appreciate when people tell me if you don't understand me, that's all good. You can't tell if someone is on a TV. No, but you normally tell me. You normally tell me though, Marcy. You normally pop on and be like, "Oi, I'm watching you." Yeah, he did, and we finished it because this trial came up. So what I'll do now, I'll go and have a look. I'll go and have a little look-see. Whoopee. Damn, that's wrong one. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here they come for abuse now. Sea swept. How are you? Will you be scrambling eggs? Oh, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Just what's the point of that? I mean, you should have been here. I was just like, this is ridiculous. Millie, sorry guys, crumbly. Well, we're just gonna watch a bit of it now, to be honest with you, to see what's going on. No spoilers, please. No spoilers. The doctor's done my head in. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's his name again? Ethan. So I don't think there is a trial now. That's what's going on? What's going on? Filter. Live. Live. Live, live, live. CBS. Right, let's have a look here. Let's have a gander here. Shut the front door. Shut the front door. He's still on the stand. Is this guy still on the stand or what? AC. Hiya, Sarah. Banshee in the house. Twat, 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 twat. Wow, 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 wow. Banshee. Hey, Banshee. Singing. We have on Fox 2 Detroit. That's why I'm watching it now. Oh, jeez. I thought he's done. Right, hang on then. Let me share it. Let's have a look then.
Fact that he was focusing on younger children, younger birds, helpless people. What do you make of that?
So he certainly targeted younger birds first and fantasized about hurting younger people.
Hey.
And given the level of
Yeah.
obsession and compulsion, he sort of moved on from there to real people. Well, other people, I should say.
I don't like the git either, but
The fact that there is premeditation and planning, does that mean that Ethan is not mentally ill?
No.
The fact that he discussing wanting to be famous, are those the thoughts of someone with a healthy brain or an unhealthy brain?
Unhealthy brain.
I want to talk about Dr. Holden's report. Dr. Holden is a well-respected expert, correct?
She is.
She doesn't do any of the testing that you did, correct?
I have not noticed any testing from Dr. Holden.
The report that brother counsel showed you did not have any testing, correct?
It did not.
Did you come to your opinion on this case based on your testing in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
So when I made you aware that this would probably be something that Mr. Williams would address with you, you reviewed the report from Dr. Holden, correct?
I did.
And what steps did you take that you can tell us when you compared your report to Dr. Holden's report?
Am I able to reference any document? I mean, I can tell you.
Would it assist your answer by looking at a document and I can provide it to brother counsel? Would you be able to answer your question if you're able to look at the papers contained in your folder there?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may proceed. Witness, please show the prosecutor.
And he actually has a copy.
Thank you.
So what is it that you did with your report compared to Dr. Holden's report?
So when the concerns were raised about the similarity of their reports, and I've done this before, I tasked my assistant with doing 2 independent searches. There's a program called HockeyLeaks and another one called editpad.org. What these programs do, they take one report, line it up with the other, and then they look for similarities and consistencies or differences. So that's what I had my assistant.
No one is ever going to use this guy as a witness or as an expert ever again.
Just because I anticipated that this was going to be an issue.
Use the report.
So I have the results that my
Never
assistant.
tried eggnog.
Okay, so I want to focus on identical match. What percentage of these 2 reports is an identical match?
Judge, I'm going to object to this until that other report is admitted. I don't think this document in any way, I want Dr. Holden's report admitted before there's a comparison, please.
Thank you. So I need to understand your legal objection. What's your legal objection to this line of question?
That there's not a foundation for this testimony without Dr. Holden's report. This is now a comparison between his report and Dr. Holden's report. Her report is not in evidence.
Thank you. I agree with that, but I haven't seen Dr. Holden's report either, so that's not substantive evidence that's before this court. So the objection is overruled. You may continue with your line of questioning, but noting that the court has no idea what's inside Dr. Holden's report. You may
Understood.
continue.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to ask one question. The percentage of the identical match between the 2 reports is what?
1.3%.
Thank you. You were also asked and shown your report
my
on a case
God.
of People versus Jamar Johnson, correct?
So you're better than this.
It's my understanding from that case, Mr. Johnson had already done a significant period of time in prison, correct?
That is correct.
And so you were able to review prison records for a number of years for Mr. Johnson, correct?
That is correct.
So would you agree with me that it would be much easier to talk about the rehabilitation prospects or the actual rehabilitation when you have years of prison records showing that he either changed his behavior or listing all of the good things that he's done?
That is correct.
So your report here on Mr. Crumbly is different and different than probably almost all of the reports you completed because Mr. Crumbly hasn't been to prison yet, correct?
That is correct.
So you don't have a number of years of behavior, tickets, programs completed to look at, correct?
That is correct.
You were asked about the 4th Miller factor and the fact that you didn't address it, but you did actually do a competency test where you measure if he's able to assist his attorney in his own defense, correct?
That is correct.
So you may not have actually listed that 4th factor, but you definitely addressed it, correct?
I did.
May I have one moment?
Yes.
Jesus, she's normally the calm one.
I have no further questions.
Judges, very briefly.
Exactly.
There, council approach.
Uh-oh. They've not been allowing this. In most trials, both can go twice, but in this trial, it's always been no. If it's your witness, you can go twice. The other one, you only get one cross. Now he wants another cross now. Millie, oh Millie, oh Millie. Millie, Billy, Willie. Millie, Billy, Willie. Sorry, I shouldn't sing that song. He needs to scramble. He needs to scramble. He must be a boiled egg. Must be boiling in that Jersey. What's going on? How do women walk in high heels? I have no idea. Oops, sorry. Ah, he's not been allowed to. His ego has been shaken out. You had your chance, counselor.
Thank you. The court will note that the time is approximately 3:44 p.m. I note that the people intend on calling a rebuttal witness. Defense, do you have any further witnesses at this time?
We don't have any further witnesses, Your Honor, but I'm asking that you note the last 4 exhibits in my binder that have been admitted. Exhibit T, there are letters of support from 2 family members of Ethan Crumbley. Exhibit U, it's a report of the legal guardian ad litem, Miss McKelvey. V, the Violence Project report, which is a report that was created at the people's request in the parents' case. And W, a stipulation on the GED examination that will show that Ethan Crumbley paid for and completed all necessary testing to be able to take the GED, but unfortunately the jail could not accommodate that. Other than that, Your Honor, we rest.
Thank you. The court will so reflect counsel statements this afternoon. I note again that the people intend on calling a rebuttal witness. The time, we're late in the day, and so there's no way possible that we're going to be able to get through the people's rebuttal witness before 4:30 p.m. I will also note that you all cannot return tomorrow. As you all are aware, we had to put a lot of things in place in order to have these hearings for 3 days. And so we need to make sure for building safety issues, we need to make sure that we also confer with the Oakland County Sheriff's Department. And so to make all of that happen, we need to adjourn this to another date, as well as the court is unavailable for some dates. And so the return date that I discussed with counsel is August 18th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Council's already confirmed that that date works for them. I will also note that we need to address the defendant's placement at the Oakland County Jail, as we must review that every 30 days. People, any statements that relates to the defendant's placement at the Oakland County Jail?
Judge, we don't believe there's any changes. We believe the placement's appropriate.
Thank you, defense.
We have no arguments.
Thank you. Based upon the court's previous rulings, the court does continue to believe that it is in the best interest of justice to continue the defendant's placement at the Oakland County Jail. We will return here August 18th, 2023 at 9 a.m. to continue this hearing. At that time, the court will also give you another review hearing date as well as a decision date. As I discussed off the record, there are some things that I need to address with the Michigan Department of Corrections before I set a sentencing date in this case. Anything else we need to address for the record before we end for today?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. Deputy, you may take the defendant. And please be seated in the courtroom while he's exiting.
So August 18th. So basically, the same day and time that I'll be interviewing Solomon Anderson. They're starting at 9 o'clock Central, and my interview Solomon is on at 10 o'clock Central. So I will not be covering this. Just to let you all know, I will have Solomon's interview. Right, let's get that out. All because of a rebuttal witness. I wonder what the rebuttal, who the rebuttal witness is. Jeez. I hate some of these things, rebuttals. Um, I should have phoned the judge up. Well, it's up to you guys. You can watch this trial on other channels, I'm sure. But just let you know, I will not be streaming it because I might stream it afterwards. But I have Solomon Anderson on the 18th at 10 o'clock Central Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. I love it. Yeah, baby, I love it. Can't put that in my schedule. Neither can I, Millie. So there's a few people in court that could fix him with a baseball bat. All right, Dennis. Dennis. Then tell them they have to change it. Sol, yes, Sol. We just agreed today. Well, I mean, obviously, subject to change. It could change again. I think we're going on the 18th now. So yes, they would deserve to get the chance, Dennis. Look at Sarah. Sarah, I'm telling you, Sarah's a feisty bitch. Feisty as fuck, Sarah is. Singing for Sea Swept. You got out of purgatory too. I don't know what's Dennis in for. Right, what else we got here now then? We got it. Yeah, baby, we got it. I'm just wondering if Judge Boyd comes back on. I'm your fire, your desire. Mm-hmm. Bum, bum, bum. No, it doesn't look like Judge Boyd is back on. Oh, 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 Judge is not here. Ba 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 ra bum ba ra 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 ra. So you were the last one talking. Oh, that's Sea Swept. I was gonna say, I'm not really sure what that means, but Sea Swept loves chatting. Doesn't shut up, So that is everything, I think. I think we've done everything. There's no jury trial now. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Bam 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 bam. Ooh. Oh. So I did a thing. Oh Jesus. So I did a thing, right? I want to test some stuff out, right? What did I want to test out? Oh, that's what I want to test out. MLS, MLP, MLS dumped his live into the Experts channel. Expert did the reverse, so we were stuck in MLS's with no host. Oh, jeez. Nice. So I did I've never done it before. I did a YouTube ad just to promote the channel to see if it do anything. So I promoted the Kohlberger. That's why I'm getting some comments. People don't understand me. Kohlberger trial and not Kohlberger trial. So I did video um last week, I think it was Friday or something. Oh no, yesterday. I don't even know. Was it yesterday? Yes, yes, yesterday about Kohlberger and everything. The 2.5 hour one. So I put it just to see what would happen. I've got nearly 400 viewers on it, and I paid £9.85, so equivalent to about $14 for it, and I got 9 new subscribers from it. So hopefully they hang around. Hopefully they come into this. I just find my videos are a lot more popular than my lives. And I do generally think it's my voice. She ends early, I find. Yeah, no, yeah, sometimes. But it was supposed to be a trial bunch, so that's why I think. New. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, look, I just trialed it to see if it worked. Well, obviously, if I got 9 new subscribers and if they become regulars, then happy days. I don't really want to be paying for stuff, but I just want to try it out. Um, but for some reason, I have found out today. Oh, right, hang on. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Right, just don't tell Sal we're doing a poll. Right? We won't tell Salvador we're doing a Mark Jensen this poll and stuff like that because he'll get. But Sal's never here anyway, so it's all right, you know. So, um, hi Sal. Hey Sal. Sal, we love you. That's because there's more energy. Lol. Energy what? Energy what? Explain, Lady Law. I don't understand what you're saying. Hi Sal. Sal. Ooh, Lady Law. Yahoo! I see. Hey, Sal, talking bad about. Yeah, I just actually saw your name come up. I was about to say, do the poll, and I thought, Sal. So I was like, whoop, let's slag the Sal off. Sell, sell how you live. I, I had a, um, I had a, uh, this morning, just me and her for about half an hour. So then I was just like, you know where MLS is doing this, yeah? You know where MLS is doing the trial, yeah? There's more energy. It's not my shorts. It's not my shorts. Yeah, of course there's more energy in my shorts. It's not. It was my 2.5 hour video live stream I did. A 2.5 hour live stream I did, and yeah, set that up for Sal. I didn't see what you set up for Sal. Also, I bring the energy. Just I don't know. Maybe I don't do the poll. Phrasing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Poll. I need to do a poll. Right. Lol, Lady Law. But is he wearing pants? I'm not. I am wearing pants today, by the way, just in case. We saw the screenshots. Lol. What screenshots? Of me and her name, whatever her name is. Christine. Sal, these are my ladies, don't forget. Sal, Sal, just have a convo here, Sal, right? Dave is the daddy in this stream. So he is the daddy. He's got 12.5 inch schlong, and he is the daddy. Lol, Mike, Mike, Millie, I do what I can. Do you like on lawn? I know, I didn't get that until I saw her type that. I'm not wearing pants, Sal. That's really love. I don't mind. I speak to her. I speak normally to her. I never wear. Well, I sometimes wear boxer shorts because of sometimes I get up, my ass shows, so I have to wear it just in case, like you know. Lol, Dave. Christine. Christine's. Fortunato. Sal never wears pants, only turtlenecks. I'm wearing pants and I'm angry about it. I'm in shorts. I am. I'm in shorts because I've had relatives over. Otherwise, I would just be my boxer shorts. Right. Let's do a poll because Marcy told me she didn't understand me. What? Nah, you all understand. There's no point in a poll. You all understand me, so it's fine. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So it's fine. Take them off, Lady Law. But you wouldn't have any complaints of me, Dave, or Sal if she did see swept. Let's be honest. Um, what's that? I saw Sal. When did I see you, Sal? I saw you on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. You were doing a trial with EU. EU was there with you. I didn't say hello or anything. I just came in, give you a like. But you were doing a stream with EU, and you came back. You beat the toilet or something, and you had to rewind it or something. I remember that. It's frowned upon by HR. Well, HR must be run by women then, because if I was running HR, I'd be like, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whenever you want. Pull your pants off now. Whatever you want. Oh, Sal, by the way, I'm doing my Solomon Anderson trial interview on the 18th. I'm not sure if you've got yours penciled in yet, but I'm doing mine on the 18th of August with Sol. So I know I wasn't sure if he'd set a date with you or not yet. So here it is, Merry Christmas. Don't think there's anything you can identify as pantless, but yeah. Yes, I bought 50 of my brother's photos for my new office to frame them. It's going to be insane. I need to remain employed. Yeah, I mean, I hope well, I know you got a good discount on them. That's for sure. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That'll do me. That'll do me, pig. That'll do me. Lounge. Now we're talking. Lol. Now we're talking. You see some of them, they're doing makeup and crime. Lingerie with Lady Law. So just you in lingerie you would get loads of people. I should do one as well. Mum boobs. Mum boobs with a D or something. Love Southern's photography. I went on his website. Does look good, but the frames, yikes! Yeah, I can imagine the frames. It's the photo's not bad. It's frames. Are they silk or velvety? Yeah, well, answer C's first question, Lady Law. We're in the fantasy world here now, so yay, Dave. I love the creative. Yeah, I'm just thinking. So I could do one. Topless Tuesdays. No, Tacos Tuesdays. Topless Thursdays. Topless Thursdays. Lace Lace Lounge. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I got blood running all through my head at the minute. I'm not talking about this one. So yeah, you should definitely do something. You'd get loads of viewers. Fuck the crime, just Lady Law. Okay, if I do the mum boobs, booby time. It's booby time. D in the mum boobs. Marvin Gaye in the background, yes. See you, Melissa. Thanks for being here today. Really appreciate you. Hopefully, see you tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow. Probably Judge Boyd again, see if there's a trial. So we'll do that tomorrow. 9 o'clock she's on, so we'll probably get on at about 3 o'clock UK time. So, well, a 2:45 UK time. So, hopefully, see you tomorrow, Mel. Bye, Melissa. Swear. Yeah, I need to guess. So, we've got Taco Tuesdays, obviously. Topless Thursdays. The new Sal, right. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Sal had left, right? He's not answered any of my questions. He's not answered anything. He must have sniffed it and just been like, oh, Lady Law's getting topless. Lady Law could start an OnlyFans. Only Law. Look at Sal. I said, me, Sal, and Dave, we're there. Let's get it on. Baby, let's get it on. Right? Boom, boom. Keen. Ask my tutor advisor probably they left you alone now, so you're right now. You're friends with them now. They love you now. Well, some of them do. Only Law. Why the fuck are we doing everything for Lady Law? Dave, it started yesterday. Eagles one. But I don't have a link for anything. So I was a goodbye. What? He's a goodbye. Law and Lace. Law and Lace. Law and Lace. That's actually quite good. Yes, it's Philadelphia Eagles won an essay. He's accused of essaying a girl in 2019, and the case is this week. I think the jury is appointed yesterday and today, but I don't know if Law and Crime are doing it. I can't get the court feed or anything, so see Law and everyone loves that one. Philadelphia Eagles, yes. I can't say the word, but it is that charge, yes. From 2019. Hot damn, if you don't do that, I will cry. There's a bit of a lesbianism happening in the chat. See what loves the law, lace and law. Well, there's a surprise in the yes. Goodbye is Christianism. I'm leaving lost on this one. Right, so lace and law is happening. Oh no, when it happens, we realize. Do you know what I mean? Then oh, thanks, Sal. I got you, my man. Thanks, Sal. I got you. Um, so I'm trying to get some themes as well. I, but Spider Girl spoilers were saying I can't take my top off anymore. The last time I took my top off, the D came off. And today I did something. Let's go to Barbie with my. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I'm sure they're making you. Oh, lovely. Have a great time, Erin. Thanks for popping in as always. Have an awesome, awesome time with your daughters. I screenshot that. What did you screenshot? That's another thing I need. I need someone to clip my stuff. Hi, Erin. Hey, Erin. Pick a rid of that just in case. ELL. Erin. See, how does people. This is why I don't chat in other people's chats because as soon as you say hello, everyone's like, hello, hello. I feel I have to respond to everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So Erin must regret. I love that. Hi, hey, Sarah. See all. See you, Erin. Wish you could post photos. I wish you could as well. But you always know where my phone is. No, he did not. Don't, Dave. Stop it. Dave, stop it. Dave, stop it. He did. He does not. No way. Um. Right. Hello, Buck. Denny Dawn. How are you, Denny? Well, good question. We don't know because uh, it went from a jury trial to a bench trial, so we've no idea when it's happening anymore. So false advertisement from me. So there's no longer a trial. We watched some dockets and Ethan. So there's no trial, Denny Dawn. Well, there is, but we're not sure now because literally the jury pool were there to be selected, and then literally as it's starting, and they're going to do the selection, the defender went, "Oh no, I want a bench trial now." His D popped off. Damn it, Dave. Maybe, yeah, because once you try that, you never go back, do you? Damn it, I need to hang on, I need to switch my VPN off. Got VPN on my phone, not on my laptop. Right. Close. Disconnect. Love it. Okay. Who's simply the best. Whoa, 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 whoa. 17-inch would have broken her. It'd break anybody. Will it be one tomorrow then? Don't know. They said yes, but then they went, "Oh, actually, we're gonna change it," and then it cut off. So there possibly is. There's another trial maybe on tomorrow. Yeah, I had no idea, Denny. Denny, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what we're doing in the next 10 minutes, let alone by tomorrow. We hope there will be a trial tomorrow that we'll be covering. If not, we'll be doing something else. Um, the penis in that trial were the tallest. Okay, gotcha. Simply the very tall takes out. See, she did oral because he was so big. Lol, Dave, hit the like button, people. Please hit the like button, people. Please appreciate you. And if you want to be a member of my channel, please hit the join button. More singing. We got members only video stream Friday or Saturday. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. You'd have to, I mean, 17. We can't even. Do you know what I mean? Even to have a piss. It's like a fire hose, man. Fire! Don't worry. Don't worry, we know the man. He's got 17-inch. Boom, 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 boom. Make sure he's got plenty of water on him. Jeez, 17, that's uncomfortable. No woman can take, that's just too big, man. I wouldn't want that much. So, what are we doing now? What are we doing now? Um, Probably. Yeah. Right. Hey, everyone. Hello, Lou. Lou is all the way in Texas, in Dallas, with her family. Welcome, Lou. Lou, 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 Lou. I gotcha. So, gee. Yeah, how was Dallas, Lou? I heard, I heard Texas is a shit though. I heard it's a shit though. Oh no, that was Texas A&M. Sorry, I heard Texas A&M is a shit though. Sorry, wrong phrasing. Sorry, Lou. Yeah, what's Dallas like? Um, because hot, hot, hot. I love Texas. I need to go out to Texas. I need to visit Texas. Okay. Sums it. Okay. Scorcho. Right, bye, Lou. Just got to pop out again. No worries, Lou. You enjoy yourself. You're out there for a month. Get some tan. Sorry, you're in the different time zone now, so it's harder. Take care, Lou. Bye, Lou. Everyone's so friendly. It's unbelievable. But in real life, you're all fucking bitches. I know you are. So, leaving the stream, my sister has called me into the pool. That's fine, Lou. That is absolutely fine, Lou. You go into the pool. Sorry, I've just been having to do message back Sal. Sal gone. Sal's gone. It's fine. Let's chat to Sal again. There we go. Oh, Lou. Oh, Lou. 18th of August. I'm doing the interview with Solomon. So at 10 o'clock Central Time. So hopefully you can be there. All righty then. So tomorrow, I think the plan is going to be to watch Judge Boyd. Unless that NFL one played. If the NFL one's happening, I'm watching. I'm what Dave just put it in as happening, but I don't know if I can. Is there gonna be a link for it? Do you know what I mean? Because I have gone looking for it. It's in Ohio, but can't find a link for it. So I will look again tomorrow. Probably gonna be depends. Depends. If not, we'll watch Judge Boyd again. She's got a docket first thing, then maybe a trial, but we'll have to see with that one. I'm not sure. Thursday, Dave's yeah, Helen Winslow and um Zach, whatever his name is, are the starters. It's not gonna be good, Dave. Thank you. I will. Oh, yeah, Sal, you're here. Good. Hang on, Sal. I'll search it. Sal, when's your interview with Solomon? Have you got a date yet? Um, oh. Right, this is where I get. As it says, let's try to schedule to begin Monday with open statement slot on Tuesday, but and it's on lawn. So right, this is his name. Cool. I didn't go for views. I've just gone for 18th at 11 o'clock. Just because it's like, look, we'll do it because people can watch afterwards. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. Josh, that's it, Sarah. I just posted it there now for you. Um, maybe someone snipes it, but it doesn't matter. I'm still doing it. If it's there, it says law and crime, but let me just look at law and crime quickly here then. Dun, 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 dun. No, it's not there. Network. No, it's not on anything with that, so it's fine. Thanks, Sarah. If you find, I have, it's on a normal network thingy, but right. Secondly, well, a little worse things have happened in Dallas. Debbie does Dallas, and I'm not sure. We need to find. Yeah, fine. Josh, that one, that one. Yes, so, thank you. Hiya, Murph. Hello, Murph. Hello, Murph. So that means nearly the whole crew. We've had Sea Swept creep in just now. We've had Iris, Mel, here most of the today. Got Murph coming in now. We've had Erin in. So Murph, I saw you, Murph. You were. Where did I see you this morning? I saw you somewhere this morning. I went in. Oh, MLS. I went in to give a like, and you were there, and you were saying good morning or something. So I gave a like. That's where I saw you. I didn't say hello. I just came in, gave a like, and vanished. Vanished. Murph. Ah. You missed Iris. Yeah, because she's loyal. Sea Swept. She's here all day. She was here just grafting, getting chat all to go. I'm joking. She's been busy in work today, so she's been in and out. She's been uh, absolutely busy. Someone didn't turn up for court and stuff, and it was all hell went loose. I'm still here listening. It's all good, Thierry. It's not, guys. It's not competition, but if it is, Thierry will give you a medal. Thierry, if I vanish today too, yeah, I mean, you gotta vanish. I vanish as well. I'm streaming. Um, sea wept, sea swept because she's wet. Sea swept because she's wet. I'm gonna sea swept is wet. Sea swept, she's wet. Sea swept is wet. Sea swept, swept is wet. Sea swept is wet. Sea swept is wet. Sea swept. Sea swept. Sea swept. Sweet swept. Sea swept. Sea swept is wet. She's wet. She's wet. She's wet. She's wet. That's our sea swept. She is wet. Oh, dear me. Can't make a song out of it. I tried. I tried. Here we go. Here we go. I can see what's happening. I can see what's happening. If you don't stop, you'll get one of these. You're gonna get one of these. Lady Lord does not like my singing. I mean, what? You what? Don't get it. I love my singing. Because I don't have to listen to it. I never listen back to any of my stuff. So I don't get annoyed with my singing with my voice. Right. I like you singing in small doses. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's basically to say shut the fuck up. Because you're annoying the shit into me. And I don't mind. And this is what I love about people. Be honest, people. You can be honest. Because I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. No, I do. I don't care what you guys think. Yeah, yeah. We just gotta say it. I always appreciate people saying the truth. Whether I listen or not, that's another thing. But C Swift's gone now because I made her wet. C Swept. No, that's not right. That's not the right song. Anyway, right. I don't think there's much else here. So please like the video. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. If you fancy it one day, not today, any day, if you'll become a member of the channel and help me and help the channel, press that join button, become a member. There's only one. Wow, 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 wow. There's only one level now. So feel free. We have some. I'm going to be doing a lot more members only videos coming up. We'll have the Gilfon one, and yeah, we'll do some other stuff. Get access to Discord. I hate Discord. I hate Discord. I don't understand Discord. I do understand it, but I'm done with Discord, even though I got a channel for Discord. So yeah, so there we are. I think I'm gonna end the stream there. Thank you so much for people that came in. I'm gonna yeah, just get on with it now. Get some stuff done for tomorrow and Wednesday tomorrow. Jesus. And I'm gonna start prepping for stuff. The gilf is on fire. Yeah, we need to get Gilf's channel going. So with the research one, Gilf, we have to do it on your channel to get you your members. Remember the member? Oh, this is what I was saying yesterday about Wendy. Remember your members. Heidi, see you in the AM, Heidi. This is again bitch number 2 here, Heidi. Thanks for being here. See you all next time. You see, this is what I love as well. Because whenever people are like, all right, dude, shut the fuck up and go, they just come in and like Heidi and Sarah just did. Just being like, see you tomorrow. Haha, see you later. See you later. I don't forget. I never forget it. That will either make it or break it. You will make it. You will make it, especially with doing law and lace. Don't forget it. I will never forget it. Don't you worry. Right, I've had my warning. Heidi's warned me. Sarah's warned me. Get the fuck off now. So I will. So with that, thank you very much. Think so, Heidi. If not, then it'll be the NFL trial. It's either gonna be NFL trial or Judge Boyd. Not sure the timings are yet, but hope we'll find out tonight. So good night to you all. Good night to you as well, the lovely Gilf. Lovely people. Thank you so much for your support as always. Love you all. Take care. See you tomorrow. If I don't, fuck off then. Joking. Love you all. See you later. Ta-da!